The worst one is where the person or the sales rep or the account manager, whoever it is trying to answer the question, but it is very, very clear that they have no conceptual understanding of why I'm asking the question, right? Do digital health companies need to invest more in continuous learning initiatives? I'm going to handle this question as if you're asking about the employees that work at that digital health company, and my answer is always yes, regardless, hands down. It really didn't matter what's what angle you were taking. The answer is always yes. The question is, in what areas or what should the learning initiatives focus on, or what should the focus be? And that is going to depend slightly on the person's role in the organization. For example, I firmly believe that if you're a digital healthcare company and you are marketing to clinicians, the people that are doing a lot of the either onboarding, like the customer account representatives or business development, need to have some kind of clinical understanding. Not that they need to be clinicians. Of course, that is very beneficial if you can find a clinician who is also good at business development and doing sales conversations. But they need to have an understanding, not just of what the solution does, its features, its benefits, but they need to have a real understanding of the clinical process for that specific use case, and then be able to discuss it at a level with the clinicians that makes it apparent that you've thought it through. One of the worst things, and this is as someone that runs a clinic, and I always say yes when someone asks if they want me to demo a software or something, because I'm always interested in seeing what's out there. One of the biggest turnoffs is when I ask a question that might be somewhat technical about maybe the way this software is going to integrate into a specific clinical workflow or a clinical use case or something like that. And the answer that I get is not one of two things. It's not, I understand it and here is, what it is, yada, yada, yada. That's the best answer. The second best answer would be like, you know what, I'm not quite sure, but let me talk to, so-and-so who's the clinician that's advising us on this. That's also a good one. The worst one is where the person or the sales rep or the account manager, whoever it is trying to answer the question, but it is very, very clear that they have no conceptual understanding of why I'm asking the question, right? I'm not asking about a feature a lot of times. I'm not asking, sometimes the question is about a feature, but it's really the underlying reason for the question is, how is this going to work in this clinical use case or this workflow or whatever it is? The worst thing these digital health companies can do is have somebody that's really good at sales and they have no understanding about how this software or this device or this digital health solution is going to be clinically used, its clinical application. So again, you don't necessarily need to have a clinician on board to do this. Of course, it would be nice to have a clinician that's advising you on it so that you're prepared with some of those answers and responses to objections that your prospects are going to have. But that, if you're going to invest in learning opportunities and learning initiatives for your employees as a digital health company, I would focus on that piece, the understanding the clinical use case and kind of the technical understanding of how your software is going to work for clinicians.